Hey y'all, it's your girl Candace Lene, and welcome to part 2 of my wig series. In this video, I will be showing you guys how I actually make the wig, since part 1 was putting the closure on. If you guys have not seen it, I will be sure to link that above so you can go check that out. That was more so for if you were struggling with a 6x6 or a 7x7. But so here is my first step. If you haven't seen part 1, don't worry about me in this black cap. This is just how I do my 613s, because I feel like if you gonna color it, it don't matter at the end of the day. But yeah, so I'm just going through and I'm pinning my what you call that, my track. I'm pinning my track on my cap all the way around. And if you are a beginner, this is an important step. You want to make sure that you are using as many pins as you need to. Dang, my arm was ashy as I don't know what. Don't mind that, y'all. But so when I'm sewing on my first track, what I like to do is keep it as close to the lining of the cap, just so if the wind blows, it won't show. But as you guys can see, I'm taking it through the cap, but I'm not taking it through the elastic on the cap. You guys can just continue watching this part. It's really simple. I'm making it on 20-inch canvas head, and sometimes a 20 is too big, so sometimes I actually will go through the elastic band, and that will allow my wig to fit a little tighter. In this video, I believe I did that, but you can't really see it, so yeah, we're just gonna act like I didn't do that. But if you do want your wigs to fit a little tighter, going through the elastic band will help. So yeah, I'm just going through, making sure I'm not going through the elastic band, and I will be going through and doing this same thing until I get to the end. Now that I'm to the end of my first track, I want to sew it as close as I can to the closure, but I am not gonna sew it to the closure. So as you guys can see, I'm taking it through the cap again. And in a minute, right now, you guys will see me trying to attach the closure a little better, because when I looked at it, I saw that it wasn't laying as flat as it should have been right there. So that's me going through and correcting that problem from sewing on the closure backwards. But when I come back, I'm just going through and making sure that this last piece of track is laying as flat as I can get it. And then once I'm done, I go ahead and I cut the tracks. Yes, I cut my tracks because to me, it helps me get a flatter wig. So that's just something that I like to do. Everyone makes their wigs different, so do what you want to do. It's up to you. So once I'm done and I cut the tracks and stuff, I just double knot my thread just to make sure that it's a snug fit and that thread won't come undone, and if it does, it won't come all the way undone. It'll just be like a little piece versus your whole track falling apart. Okay, so now I'm going in with my second track. I do not sew this on the same way that I did my first one. I kind of go from ear to ear. It's a little above ear or beyond, however you want to say it. But yeah, so I kind of just found a comfortable place, but I do not take it all the way up to the closure when I'm going in with my second track. And for the sake of this video, I am not double wefting because I'm going to be cutting this into a bob and I don't want it too thick. But usually if I was making a regular, normal, whatever, like if it was 18-inch or whatever, I would be double wefting my whole first bundle. But so I am now showing you guys how I thread my needles. So I just go through and I make sure that I have at least 3 knots on there, and I put them in the same spot so I overlap them, so that when I'm pulling my thread through, it has something to stop it. Because if it's not thick enough, then you will have problems with your thread just coming straight through, and then you'll be there forever. So you can double knot or you can triple knot. I just like to triple knot to be safe. But from here, I'm just going through and I'm doing the same thing that I did when I was putting on my first track. And from here, basically, it's the same thing until I get to the end. Going in with the third track, I tried to kind of wrap it around the second one just to feel like the space, the empty space that it would be if I didn't try to curve it a little bit. If you don't curve it, you'll see what I mean. It's nothing that would be extremely noticeable, but I just like to make sure that I don't have any open spaces if I don't, if it's not necessary. So once again, I'm gonna go through and show you guys. It's the same, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up. But when I get to the end of this, I'll show you guys how I go in and add anyway, y'all see in a minute. Hold on. Okay, so when I run out of a track, what I like to do is take my T-pin through the track and place it right next to where I just finished the other one. And then I'll go ahead and I'll T-pin the rest of it as if I were, still working with the same track. Okay, but so now, since that one did end, I want to make sure that these two stay together. and they're seamless, and you cannot tell that I actually ran out. So what I do first is I take it through the one that I'm trying to attach to the other one, and I just take it through my cap. But then when I come back around, what I like to do is actually go through the second track and then go through the first one. So they are actually connected at this point now, so that if one were to come apart, you know, it'll kind of be like one versus two separate ones. So those are connected now, and I'm going to go through and continue what I was doing before. So when you reach the top, you want to make sure that you are not doing it the same way that you were. So what we're going to do is go back and forth versus like in that half circle type deal that we were doing earlier. I'm still doing everything the same way. I'm just going basically like whatever. I don't even know how to explain it, but y'all see what I'm doing. And then from this point, everything is just really the same. This wig is almost complete, and so now I am sewing on my last little piece of track. And what you want to do when you get to the very top is you want to get it as close to the closure as you can, but do not sew through the closure. You do not want to sew through the closure, just in case you your closure starts balding or something and you want to swap it out. If you sew that on, it's just gonna make it so much more difficult to take it off. So what you want to do is just go through and make sure that you're just grabbing the cap and not actually taking it through the closure. There are some people that do like to take it through the closure. If you're one of those people, or you feel like that's something you want to do, then go ahead. That is totally up to you. But for me, I do not like to take it through the closure. So this is just the last piece of finishing up this wig, and you guys will see what it looks like. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hope this helps someone. If you have any other questions, go ahead and just comment below, and I'll make sure I'll get to you as soon as I can. See you guys in part 3. Part 3 of this video will be me going and coloring the unit and then also applying it. So if you guys are interested and want to see what this unit looks like on head, make sure that you turn on my post notifications so you can be notified when that video is posted.